Good afternoon. Standard 9, Subject English. Lesson number 1.5, the necklace part 2nd. So, on page number 28, I read the part of the lesson. At first, listen carefully. So, first, second, they looked in the folds of her dress, in the folds of her cloak, in her pockets everywhere, but they could not find it. Are you sure you will still had it on when you left the hall? He asked her. Yes, I touched it in the hall at the ministry. But if you had lost it in the street, we would have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. Yes, that's probably. Did you take his number? No. They started at each other's turn. At last, Aloysius put his clothes on again. I am going back, he said. And over the whole route, we walked and see if I can find it. He left. She remained in her ball dress all night, her mind blank. Her husband returned at about 7 o'clock. He had found nothing. He went to the police, to the newspapers, to Upper River, to the cab companies everywhere, and sinister glimmer of hope led him. She waited all day in despair at this frightful disturb. Loisel returned in the evening, a hollow, pale figure. He had found nothing. You must write to your friend, he said. Tell her you have broken the clasp of her necklace and that you are having it mended. It will give us time to look some more. She wrote as he dictated. At the end of 1 week, they had lost all hope, and Loisel, who suddenly looked aged, declared, we must consider how to replace the jewel. And so they went from jewelry to jewelry, looking for a necklace like the other one, consulting their memories, both sick with grief and anguish. So this is the part for the passage. See, they looked in the folds of her dress. In their folder, if there is a necklace, we know that they lost the necklace in the party, and so everywhere in her pocket, in her cloak, and but they could not find it. So he asked the question, are you sure you still had it on when you left the hall? At that time, there is a necklace in your neck, around the neck. She said, yes, I touched it in the hall at the ministry. At that time, there is a necklace around my neck. But if you had lost in the street, we would have heard it fall. Suppose we come from the road street. At that time, we heard the fall of the necklace. It must be in the cab. She said, yes, that's probably. Did you take his number? No. And so they started and stared at each other. They were very unhappy. And at last, Loisel put his clothes on again, and he said, I'm going back to find out the necklace on the road. Over the whole route, we walked and see if I can find it. He left, and she remained in her ball dress all night, her mind blank. Her husband returned at about 7 o'clock in the morning. but he had found nothing. He had found nothing. Means he came home empty. And he went to the police, to the newspaper, to opera reviewer, to the cab companies, everywhere. He had hope. We find the necklace which was lost, and so he had hoped about it. She waited all day in despair at the frightful disturb. Means she was very unhappy all the day, and in the evening her husband returned, and his face was pale figure. He had found nothing, and you must write to your friend, he said, and tell her about it, about the necklace, and it will give us time to look some more, and it will give us time to look some more. So she wrote as he dictated on the paper, and at the end of 1 week they had lost all hope. They had lost all hope, and Loisel, who suddenly looked aged, declared, "We must consider how to replace the jewel." And so they think about the jewel, and so she looked aged, pale, and very unhappy, sad. So they went from jewelry to jewelry, looking for a necklace like the other one, and they consulting their memories about for the necklace, and both sick with grief and anguish. They were very sad. They were very sad, and they did not find the necklace which was, say, lost. So this is the part of the lesson. You read it again and again by Hartley. We stop here. Next period I will give you a passage